Welcome to the DaChop Team. I'm your host, Seth the Dart Child.
I'm your host, Twin Thank.
Our show is about two guys and any friends that happen to come over with a topic that we want to chop up.
This is our Barbershop style podcast. We discuss it all. If the fellas at the shop will go in on it, we will. Let's chop it up. We back.
Yo.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Twin Thank with
Seth the Dart Child.
Now, today we ran into a little technical difficulty with the video, so we'll be on a video today where you can see us, but we live here in the studio, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Also, just want to let you guys know, and ladies and gentlemen both, you know, as we're talking, it is Sunday. Football's back. I got the NFL Red Zone on one of the screens in the studio. So in the middle we talking, here's go, sorry, you know, it's football season, you know.
You gotta understand.
Yeah, but we're here to get some content today. So don't worry about that. We good. Glad you're here. And you see the topic today. So,
What do you want?
I don't think people really know what they want in its overall relationship. I really don't know what people want, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm not gonna lie, this is mainly for the ladies. You know, ladies, what do you really want?
Yeah, this is your question.
And we're gonna start off right here, right? So I got a snippet I'm gonna play here.
Mm-hmm.
And this is from Mr. Montel Jordan. Mr. How you do it? I think he's a pastor now, if I'm correct. I know a pastor. I know he's in a different realm now. He's not
sort of like Mace.
Exactly.
Who went to Mace's church? But go ahead.
The salute to both of them for what they're doing, though. But a friend of mine passed me this video one day through Instagram, and I was like, interesting. Mm-hmm. So before we chop it up, let me go and play the video clip, and we'll get right to this. Just give me 1 second. All right, we got it on the screen. Let me go ahead and play.
And so I just asked him, I said, do you love your wife? He said, yes. I said, do you want to save your marriage? He said, yes. I said, can you place your wife's happiness above your own? He said, what do you mean? I said, I mean, are you willing to place her dreams, her wishes, her desires above your own? He said, I don't think I can do that.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to stop right there with that little snippet. That was from Mr. How You Do It, Montel Jordan.
How you do it? Nah.
And I had this conversation with one of my homies named Kern. We talk all the time because, you know, we talk to men all the time, right? So we talk to each other. Don't think it just means Seth the Dart Child having this conversation. Yeah. We talk to other people outside of me and him, right?
All the time. We got to make sure we ain't just tunnel vision. This ain't just our perspective. It's a group of people feeding into what we say every week.
That is a fact. So, what Montel Jordan said makes sense, right? Completely, right? But that's, once again, we got all these traditional rules for these non-traditional women. I'm going to say that again. We got all these traditional rules for these non-traditional women. He asked the guy, can he put his dreams and values and everything ahead of himself for his marriage? Mm-hmm. And the answer is yes. You know, that guy couldn't really say it. The answer is yes, because we do it all the time. Mm-hmm. Everything we do as far as a man make decisions around our household and relationships and everything is solely based, let me check with the wife first to make sure everything's cool. You know why we do that? Not because we got asked permission. We want to keep the peace, right?
We've tried.
And we want to, you know, and it feels like if we make a decision without including our significant other, they're going to feel a certain type of way that I wasn't involved in. You don't think nothing of me. Like, those are things that we have to think about doing before we do anything. I can't make a decision. I got to say, you know what? Let me run it past the wife first. As if I'm not a man enough to make a decision on certain things. That my decision I make is not best for the family. But what the point I'm trying to make here is that as for men, we do these sacrifices all the time. Mm-hmm. So if I put my happiness or whatever is before you to make sure you're good, cool, I can do that. But how long do I have to do that? It's a follow-up question. I would love to ask Mr. Montel Jordan that question, or anybody who will making that the same concept or question he asked, can you put yourself before? Okay, I can. But how long should I have to do that?
Well, now, see, in that, for me personally, you know, I actually see that as can I put my wife's happiness before my own, or put her dreams before my own? I just have a simple question, and it's not simple. But the question I have to say is what she wants for the betterment of the family. Is it for the benefit of the family? Right? Now, that seems like a simple question, but once again, long live the Godfather. I'm sorry, rest in peace.
R.I.P.
But it's been proven by a whole lot of statements being made, videos on YouTube, statistics online on various websites, that what the woman wants in the relationship isn't always for the best of the family. Most times it's for the benefit of herself. So if what she wants helps the family, moves the family forward, yes, 100%. But if what she wants is selfish, then I don't think we should entertain it unless we really, really, really ain't got nothing else to do. Like I guess you call it a slow Tuesday. But if it's important, if what she wants isn't good for the family, the answer is no. We're not doing it. Example: if we have $100 to spend on something, hypothetical, do we all go to the movies as a family, or do we get her nails done? What she wants, but is that for the betterment of the family? Because I've been married. I didn't get run out and get me a PS5. I didn't get to run out and buy me a Ford F-150 Super Cab King Duty. I didn't get to go buy myself that because the family couldn't afford it. I could have afforded it if I didn't give a dang about what happened to them. But the moment we got divorced, and this is a big one, she went out and bought her what she wanted without even really knowing, in my opinion, about how she was going to pay it off. But hey, there was no one to stop her from getting what she wanted. So yeah, my question is what you want for the betterment of the family? If not, then I'm not sacrificing my dreams, because my dreams are almost always for the betterment of the family. That's all I got. That's my legacy, is my family, and I'm gonna work towards it.
Mic drop right there. That's deep. And ladies, we have to understand. And yes, I said ladies because I'm talking to you, ladies. I need you to understand, because there is a shift happening right now, and men and young men, they are looking what's happened in the world, and they listen to a man across the board. It's not that they're listening to the DaChop Team only. There's Kevin Samuels videos out there that's still getting views as we play. So guess what? His content will always still be there. You have MTR. You have many, many, many content creators,
and some of them ain't as nice as Kevin.
Correct, and also just the news itself. Forget the YouTube manosphere, right? It's just regular TV. When you see people like Will Smith, Michael B. Jordan, these guys are the top of the echelon of men, and they're getting treated a certain way. And P.J. Washington, think about him. This boy, because he's a young boy at the time, was pregnant by an older woman. She got pregnant by him, and then she left him after she had the kid. If that doesn't show you that there's definitely equality in the world, right? That's number one. But the fact is that women are for self, not for legacy, not for future. Because he was blindsided when it comes to that. And I'm talking about P.J. Washington. I'm just giving you multiple examples out there. It's not two guys in the studio. I'm still married. Seth was married. No, this is things happen all around the world, ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies, I don't want to hear you say, "Oh, this is your experience. This is what you have seen." Listen, I have the same resources of seeing things on TV and YouTube like every single man and woman in the world out there today. Okay? And people are going to still get married. People going to still have kids. Nothing's absolute. Let's be clear. We're not saying that. We're saying about most, but the numbers are decreasing. Yes, divorce numbers going down. Yes, it is. But you know why? People are no longer getting married.
Yep. You got less marriages to divorce.
So, listen, I'm going to be honest with you. knowledge is power. Knowing what I know now, I would have had kids and just wouldn't got married. Because it's cheaper. Believe it or not, and it's less stressful. Now, crazy is less stressful because, you know, if you got a crazy woman that's a baby mama, yes, that's drama there. But outside of that, as a man, you will always have your peace. I think the problem that we have, because it's traditional, we men were raised like, okay, I gotta protect, lead, provide X, Y, Z. I'm gonna get a woman, I'm gonna protect her, do X, Y, Z, and blah 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 blah, and that's it. And I believe women don't have that type of mentality. Oh, go ahead.
No, I just want to.
I mean, when I say mentality, I'm saying like they're not. Mentality is I'm gonna get married with a man and I'm gonna be his backbone, support him, ups and downs, X, Y, Z. It's not that if I don't feel good or I'm not happy right now, I'm gonna cash out and leave.
Let me say this: personal example and example of a friend. We can keep going with this. I'm not saying it happens to everybody.
No.
What I do know is that when I got divorced, my ex-wife was just about to graduate with her degree that I helped facilitate her get, of course. Don't get her tuition and school books and all that. Yo, I did what I could to help her get through school. We got a divorce 3 months after she graduated.
Oh.
Okay? So her hopes was to get her dreams was to get an education, but her dream also wasn't to stay in this relationship. When she thought she had it good enough to bounce, she bounced. But that's cool. One more example. So I had a friend, my boy making 100 at the time that this happened. He was making like 106, right? He was dating a young lady, a really, really good woman. I know. I am not going to disclose our relationship as far as friends and all that, but she was making roughly the same amount of money. They were happy as far as I know. My boy was happy. They were happy. I'm in the middle of it like, yo, this is great. I like to see you two together, right? I don't know what happened, but she got a promotion or something at work. Her income went from like 120 to 250K. The next day they started, right after she got that promotion, the very next day they started having problems in their relationship. Within 3 months they were broke up. Why? Because once she started making a little bit more money, her hopes and dreams didn't involve a dude making $100,000 a year. Okay? That it just didn't. Had they been married, I believe in my heart the same thing would have happened. Her hopes and dreams don't involve being with somebody when she has an opportunity to do whatever she wants to do, and she dang on sure doesn't want to have to share or have somebody making decisions for her, especially when she can quote unquote pay her own way. So I need women to prove straight up, what do you want? What do you want? If what you want is good for the family, I'm gonna support it. Because my idea isn't always going to be the best. If I want to go left and you want to go right, and it turns out that we were supposed to go right, I should have listened to your idea. And if you can be like, nah, babe, I just pulled up GPS and we supposed to go right, I'm going to put on my right blinker and turn. I'm not going to argue with you about right and wrong. You presented information. I presented information. It was better for us to go right. We went right. But if your desire, like one of my friends, again, I'm saying we keep throwing it out. My friend's girl wanted to go get a BBL. He said no. She quietly saved up the money. She worked. And I'm basically stole from the relationship, because you don't save up $10,000 by accident. She put in work, she saved up the money, and when she had the opportunity, she went and got a BBL. Who's that BBL for?
Clearly not for him.
Clearly not, because he said he didn't want it. And after she got that BBL, well, suffice it to say that they're not together anymore.
Of course not. Because she feels she can do better now.
There you go. So, once again, what do you want? What do you want? Because y'all are selfish. I don't care if that's a line in the sand. Most women are selfish.
With no accountability.
And with no accountability.
Because no one's telling you what you're doing is right. What they're telling you is, no, girl, Go and get you, girl. Dude was happy for you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You getting that cheer on. So, it's, for example, like with the whole Michael B. Jordan thing, when they broke up, it's like, no, girl, you don't need to be controlled by no man.
Mm-hmm.
You go do you. If you're not happy, go and do you. Go do you.
Mm-hmm. Go do you. Selfish.
I kind of understand a little bit, but as men, we don't have that luxury. Because listen, there's a lot of men who's married, not married, whatever, and they all can tell you at times where they was not happy in their marriage. But you think they was like, the homie was like, man, get out of it, bro. You don't need to be there. No.
I'm gonna tell you how unselfish we are. See, we can all argue about what we're gonna do in the marriage. My boy got divorced, had to pay child support for give or take about 9 years of child support. When his time was up, his kids was 18. He still helps out his baby mama, his ex-wife, because those are his kids. He didn't just cut them off just because the law said you could. He kept going forward, helping his kids through college and everything, because those are his children.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I'm gonna be honest with you. I've made all my child support payments. Ask me how many times, even in the face of, let's say, income tax returns, has my ex-wife ever returned one payment ever in 6 years. Now, what do you want? Because if it ain't good for the family, I can't co-sign it, because you will do things for your best interest that ain't got nothing to do with the families.
Listen, I know a lot of guys. Listen, this is the main reason why I actually married to have kids. Because I grew up, I see a lot of my friends, cousins, uncles, best friends. A lot of men go through it when it comes to child support and baby mamas or whatever case may be, right? Whatever, all that. Mm-hmm. And it was like this. What you just stated there. Throughout the whole 18 years or whatever years it may be, not one time, from the men that I know, right? It's not absolute, but from the men that I know, I never heard them say, hey, one Christmas or one birthday, my birthday or Father's Day, my mother or my kids, like, you know what, this month I'm going to send the money back to you. Enjoy your day. Thank you for being, doing your part as being a father and paying child support. Because actually, to be clear, ladies and gentlemen, for men to pay child support, it's a choice. Let's be clear. Mm-hmm. Now, it may come out of our checks automatically, XYZ, but it's still a choice for us to pay it. And when I say choice for that, we don't have to work. If the dude doesn't work, which a lot of dudes that I know do, just so they don't have to pay child support. Mm-hmm. Now, they'll find jobs like getting paid under the table, right? Because it is what it is. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying that dudes, when any man is put on child support, it's his choice, because he don't have to pay it. I know dudes who left the country for 18 years and came back afterwards as kids grown. Or don't come back at all.
Or like my dad. My dad, if he got a job back in the day, he only worked long enough to get a paycheck. And at one point, my dad opened up his own business. Got paid under the table for 13, 14 years. He was never paying child support.
And listen, there's ways around it. Now, will it take a lot of work? Yes, of course.
But of course. Painters, contractors, landscapers.
Listen.
Cash payments.
I'm not trying to get free game out here, but ladies, it's a choice. And I say this: I know guys out there who actually create a business, pay themselves a certain dollar. It's their business, but they're hire themselves as an employee, where they will pay themselves like $10 an hour. So where Faxide gives you maybe $500 a month, whatever. But they get more than that because it's their business. But just because of the legal purposes, they'll make sure, hey, you know what? I'm gonna pay support, but you're gonna pay what I give you. But once again, it's a choice that we do, because there's some dudes who keep their job and everything, and they'll pay $12,000, $2,000, $10,000 a year. I mean, whatever they do it. It's a choice. But once again, not one time where I was getting out, not one time I heard any of the guys I've known that their mother, the kids, or anyone was like, hey, you know what? I'm going to give you your check back for you. I'm going to give you this so you don't have to pay. Not ever.
Not once.
And I'm talking about guys who actually be doing, like, taking care of business. Like, they really taking care of business. Like, they're taking care of their kids. They picking them up, X, Y, Z. They don't have a bad relationship with their mother. It's just, things didn't work out, and she took them to the court, and then you playing by the rules. But not one time they be like, hey, because you've been so great, you've been picking the kids up and being, you know what? I'm going to give this back to you. And it's a very few. I know some guys been actually taken off, but some been taken off because it's more beneficial, meaning that I'm going to take you off because I'm tired of going through the system and waiting for them to give me my money. See, there's all a lot of things out there. But once again, it goes back to the main topic. Ladies, what do you want?
That's the question.
That's the question. Because men these days, if a man decide to get married in XYZ, he know what he's getting into. Mm-hmm. In this day now, if in 2022, if a man decides to get married, he know the risk that he's taking.
He's an idiot.
Well, that too.
Without a prenup, he's an idiot.
That's tough.
I'm sorry, I didn't want to interrupt too much, but if you don't have a prenup, and I don't care if you work at McDonald's, because you will not, if you're lucky, you will not always work at McDonald's.
True.
Sorry. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off, but if you get married in 2022 or further, you need a prenup. You need a very well-defined prenup, because you can't, I said it earlier, ladies, y'all are selfish. In a relationship, 80+% of all divorces filed are by ladies or by women. 85% of the children in this country have been taken from their fathers and are raised in a single-parent household led by the mother. That's 85%. 80+% of the people, I can't even tell you the exact number, of the people who get alimony are women getting it from men. You ladies, y'all can't be trusted to maintain a relationship. So if you want to get married, I'm gonna need a prenup. I'm gonna need an understanding of what happens when you leave. Well, how about this? When you get married, the marriage license is one sheet of paper. When you get divorced, it's a folder. I'm just saying you might want to get that folder up front so that the terms can already be worked out before you get to the end.
And I just want to let y'all know too, what Seth the Dark Child just said. We did this episode, part 1 and part 2, and we talked about the benefit of marriage, and we laid out 3 important documents. We had the marriage license, a mortgage, and a car.
No, my divorce folder.
Oh, that was part 2. But still, so 4 folders. But yes, but the one piece of paper is the marriage license, and it costs you as much as all 3 items.
And it was a bigger folder.
And a bigger folder. But, man, it's just tough. But once again, ladies, what do you want?
That's it. We're coming at it. I'm not pleading. This is what I want. And, once again, I'm Seth the Dark Child. I know I may not be your cup of tea, but I'm a dude, and I happen to be a man who I can say it. I don't, write this down. I don't want what my grandfather had, because that was the 70s and the 40s and the 50s or whatever. I understand the world has changed, right? But I do need a woman who understands what loyalty and integrity means. There's a lack of that. I do understand. I need a woman who knows that you can't have instant gratification. You might need to have some delayed gratification. You might want an Acura MDX. One day you might be able to get it. Today you'll be driving a Sentra or Altima. You may get a BMW. But you know what? That BMW might be 4 or 5 years old. You might not be able to get a brand new BMW. You might want a 6-bedroom house in the suburbs. Today, we have to live in an apartment, right? And I need you to be willing to stay and work with me, build with me. Because if you show up after I'm able to do it myself, you can't have it. And if you ain't, and I don't trust you if I don't have anything and you don't have anything, I still need a prenup, because you've shown you can't be trusted to stay in a relationship.
Also, I just want to add too, because once again, it was Montel Jordan who kind of sparked this conversation. I just need men. Listen, I just need men to be honest across the board, right? That's the problem. That's the only thing I want to say. I just want these men to have to be honest across the board, right? Is marriage a beautiful thing? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It is. I would not cap.
When it's good, it's great.
It's good, it's great. Is there going to be times with ups and downs? Of course it is. Yes. Mm-hmm. But you have to put yourself second or third when it comes to once you have a family. Your kids is number 1. Mm-hmm. Your kids is number 1, and they didn't ask to be here, right? And all you're doing is creating a cycle when people are selfish. I'll say a lot of women are selfish, because once women get to a point where they're done, they're more willing just to leave and give up. And I think it's up because I know plenty of men who've been done, but they are committed to the relationship. They're committed to the family. They're committed to making sure this house, it has glue on every four corners, make sure it keeps its foundation X, Y, Z. But the ladies, when you're done, they is done. And they go walk away and get a severance package. It's sad, but it's true.
They cash out and cash prizes.
And most men who understand this, we know this. I know this. At any given moment, and listen, ladies and gentlemen, just be very clear. Twins in care, I have these type of conversations with the wife all the time. So this is not something I'm just like, oh, he just talking. No. I had these candid conversations with the wife all the time. I told her, I said, you don't understand the stressful that me as a man have. I said, because right now, you can wake up tomorrow morning and be like, I'm unhappy. And I can try to do X, Y, Z. But once you at the point where you're undone, you can leave this marriage, cash out, and there's nothing I can do about it. Because the legal law with the government and everything here makes it in the woman's favor. This is my point being. So when you say, as a man, I don't understand you don't get it, I do get it. But you don't understand what I go through, right?
Nope.
You understand what the things I think about. And it's like, but then when you ask the woman, like, so how would you feel if a woman was treating your son like this? Oh, he'll only be worse. So what do you think my mother would say, you know what I'm saying, about what you're doing to me? Well, it's different. No, it's not. It can't be the exception with you. You know what I mean? You understand? No, it doesn't. And at this point now, it's a man like, I don't know what you want. I don't know what you want. I don't.
We asked the question. What do you want?
But what I do know, and what I do understand is that as a man, my legacy with my kids and my family matters to me. And is it tough? It is. But when the bigger picture, it's better when we are together. It's better as we as a unit stay together and raise our kids and work things out.
It's amazing that we knew that up until about 50 years ago.
Come on now.
We knew this. It was common sense. So once again, I used to ask my ex-girlfriend a long time ago when I really thought we could make something work, what do you need to be happy? What do you want out of your future? And she kept saying at the time, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not ready. All those kind of answers to my questions, right?
Right.
So I left her. When we broke up, I broke up with her. Now, don't get me wrong. Just because I said the word don't mean she didn't set the stage. So I don't take any pride in that one. I realize now I was supposed to leave. I just took longer than I thought I should have. Right?
Right.
But when I left her, I found a woman who could answer those questions. For better or for worse, I married her and stayed married to her for 14 years. I'm not saying I made a better call, but she could answer those questions. Her being able to answer those questions about what you want allowed me to try to provide answers. I felt I could work with that. What I can't work with is, I don't know. And if you can't tell me what you want, I will never be able to figure out how to at least try to make you happy.
That's like dinner.
Or
if we want to eat, I don't know, but you're hungry.
I mean, bro, we can go to the movies. What you want to go watch? I don't know. Well, let's go watch Avengers. I don't want to. All right, well, let's go watch Top Gun. I don't want to. Well, it's obvious you want something. So what do you want? You know what I'm saying? It's if you can tell me what you don't want, then it's obvious you want something. You got to give me something to work with. Otherwise, I'm wasting time. And
I can't disagree with that. I mean, it sounds funny, but this is this headache that we fall in. It's funny because I seen the meme, a guy on TikTok, right? Because TikTok is a big social media thing. But a guy was with his girl, and she's like, "Baby, I'm hungry, and I know exactly what I want to eat." And he looked at her like, "Oh my God, this is my future wife," because she knew exactly what she wanted, and she wouldn't know where she wanted to go. It was like, you know what you want to eat, you know you want to go, and he just sitting there singing here like, "I'm in love," and that's
as soon as they got to the restaurant, it was a bait and switch.
But the point to make is the fact that if a woman knows exactly what they want, it makes our job a lot easier.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? If I know what she wants or X, Y, Z, it makes the job easier. Because if you tell me what you need, what you want, we gonna do what we can to make it happen. And sometimes you can say stuff inadvertently, and I take note, and I'll make it happen. You can say, man, my phone, man, he acting up. I hear you.
I can work with that.
I like, okay, well, I'll try to fix it, do some updates to it, whatever. Just, what I'm saying, trying to help it work out. But meanwhile, in the back of my head, I already know in the back of my head, I'm buying her a new phone. If you even had to ask me that you want a new phone, I just know, okay, I know I gotta get her next.
Yep.
Oh man, no car, man. Man, too many problems with the car, XYZ. Mental no. Okay, I'm gonna try to get the wheels fixed, the brakes, the oil. But me in the back of my head, I already know. Okay, she want another car.
Well, you know what?
But sometimes that's what people thought you asking you. You know what I'm saying? But
throw
me a bone.
That's bruh. Listen, I don't know if this story tracked the same thing you were talking about, but I'll add it. When I was married, my ex-wife used to collect Barbie dolls, right? And the
Barbie
black
dolls? Like Barbie?
The black Barbie doll. They only come holiday Barbie,
yeah,
special edition.
Okay, I'm with you.
When I found out that she liked them, the entire time, every Christmas,
you buy it.
And I bought her. The first year we were together, I bought her 4 things. The first year we were together, I still remember it because I kept doing it up until the end. I bought her a calendar. Not just a regular calendar. I put in work. I was like, okay, a Disney lithograph calendar over here, a real artist rendition calendar over here. Rembrandt, Van Gogh, nice calendar. I mean, you feel like a fool spending more than $14 for a calendar, but it's $20, $30 for a calendar, but it's a collectible. I bought a bottle of perfume, and I bought her one other random gift that she might not have known about: pair of shoes, dress, purse, whatever. So I did that the first year. She told me she liked it. You know how that go. Oh, so every year she got 3 of the same gifts every year. It was monotonous. She always knew she was getting a new bottle of perfume. She always knew she was getting a calendar. She always knew she was going to get the most recent black holiday Barbie.
Okay.
Every year. And it's something else, but it was always, but that was like, boom, staples. I ordered that junk in October and I'm going about my business. Right? Well, fast forward to when we got divorced, because at one point she just wasn't happy with nothing I could do. I couldn't make her happy to save my life.
And you bought the thing that she liked, but still didn't like it.
I couldn't. You can't make somebody happy at the end. You just can't, because when you no longer want me, you don't nothing to do with me. Right?
That's tough.
It
that's
is.
Tough.
And I didn't notice till I took the crimson pill. But now if you ain't happy with me, you ain't happy with nothing I do. Either way, fast forward, she comes talking to me a couple years ago, like 2-3 years ago, and she, in a moment of weakness, she relates that I didn't know how much I enjoyed knowing that I would get my holiday Barbie and my calendar and my bottle of perfume.
Is this after divorce?
After the divorce.
Oh, okay. Now, okay, go ahead.
So I'm done at that point. She said, I didn't know how much I enjoyed it till I spent a couple of Christmases not getting it. Ooh. And right now, every time I look at my collection of, once again, collector's items, people, they may or not be worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars at one point in the future. She said, every time I look at my dolls, I realize I had what I wanted and I didn't know it. Ladies, what do you want? What do you want? If is what you want good for our relationship? Otherwise, I'll break my back. But if you don't know what you want, why are you out here wasting everybody else's time? Question.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think we beat this down long enough. Not that we was trying to beat it up, but it's just the fact is that, listen, these traditional rules that is in place in front of these men and what we should do, just factor in that there's men out here just doing that. So when are these questions going to be reversed back to the ladies and ask them, hey, go ahead.
No, I want to say there are men in your life that are probably doing it, but you don't like him, you don't like what he's doing.
Facts. So, thanks for tuning to the DaChop Team. Every Sunday, 3 p.m.-ish, we go live. Today, we had a little video problem, so we'll work on that and we'll come next week. But once again, every Sunday, 3 p.m.-ish, we live recording, YouTube. We're working on some things here. Got some people in the office, in the studio, live recording. Preferably women, because when two men talking and we're talking about women, it's always good to have that balance of having a woman on the show. So I have a few ladies that's going to be on the show. Also, big salute and go and follow Girl What Podcast. She dropped her episode on Weird Signs that me and Seth Darkchild was a guest on. So go to Girl What Podcast on YouTube. The whole video's there. It's really good conversation that we had. You know, if you anything you like or didn't like, let us know. We can chop it up here as well. But once again, Twins Inc.
Seth the Dark Child.
We out.
Peace.
Peace.